Hey everybody, welcome to Unfollowed. My name is Josh, and today we're talking about Nara Smith. And I know I'm going to get some of you pissed off at me, okay? But it's a story that's been going on. People trying to rebrand, people trying to do weird things and like saying, no, this is not what I am, and that's what you are, tradwife stuff. It's going on. It's weird because as the internet shifts, ebbs and flows, people want to change, and the internet is not very forgiving, especially social media platforms are not very forgiving of rebranding, that's for sure. But she's trying her best, and this woman makes millions of dollars. And then she made a post, in my opinion, telling the world about her kid's cancer, and she thinks that's going to shield her from all this other stuff. It's just not good, and so we're going to take a look at it. So I've had my researchers kind of dig into this for me. The only time I've ever heard of Nara Smith in passing is just seeing her content here and there. I know it's a woman who dresses in immaculate dresses and very expensive designer clothing that she wears literally once. And then she makes things from scratch. And it's not parody, because there is another tradwife girl who's out there, but hers is parody. Nara Smith never claimed to be parody. It's not like parody tradwife content. There's a lot of things going around where she was hashtagging. We're not even sure because she eliminated all the hashtags she used to use. She would literally hashtag tradwife, if I'm not mistaken. The story with Nara Smith is that she goes on Call Her Daddy, and she's telling everybody, like, what do you mean I'm a tradwife? Like, she's all surprised about it. And the internet has something to say. And so that's why we brought it here, because this is Unfollowed, where shitty influencers get called out. And Nara Smith, in my opinion, might just be that. But according to my researcher here, Emily says, Josh, I'm going to preface this by saying, I know you like women who make banana bread, but she is not an innocent banana bread maker. She's an issue. And she shouldn't show it. And so, Emily, you know me so well. I love me some banana bread. I honestly do like tradwives. I like this. I like the traditional sense of how everything used to be. And a lot of people get upset with me for saying that. I think that kids need two loving parents in a home, preferably a mother and a father, because those two people do different things. They carry different roles. And I think the traditional, what do you call that? Nuclear family is something that has been destroyed over the past, decade, 2, 3, 4 decades, and it was attacked for whatever reason. And people will get mad at you for saying that you think that's an important part for a child to grow up in. I believe in the nuclear family. I also believe in two loving parents. I just believe that a kid should just be in a loving home. No matter what, in the end, I just hope it's a loving home. I think a child is served best with a mother and a father who are loving and who are caring and don't abuse and are there, because you need a mother to be there for the nurturing and for the loving and the cuddling and all that kind of stuff. And you need a father there for some of those things, but also to be an example of what a man should be. And I think we're missing that a lot in society. A lot of men are being a bunch of pricks and they're not holding up their responsibility. A lot of them have been feminized, especially on the content that I cover on Dad Challenge podcast. A lot of these men are literally just feminized men. They don't run the household. They are like beta cucks. They let their wife do everything. They get retired and then they have no purpose. I think a man needs to serve a purpose, especially a family man. If you have children, a man needs to be a provider. They need to have purpose in their life, regardless whether it's providing or doing something. And these men who are retired, and they play video games or they gamble while their kid drowns and dies in a pool, that kind of shit is what happens when you retire your husband and your husband has no purpose. And so there is something, you can't argue the psychology of traditional roles humans have always had since time. Okay, so that's where I stand on this. And so I love women who take care of their homes, who bake and cook and decorate their homes and make them cozy and make them a place where husbands love to come back. Like, that to me is a special thing, and I'm sad that it's rare. Okay, and you know what I'm talking about. I absolutely, you ever been to someone's house and they're this type of person where they take a lot of pride in their home. They make it clean. They make it smell nice. They decorate it for all the little mini, doesn't matter which holiday, they've decorated it, and you go there and it's just vibes. Do you know what I mean? That is something. And I love that. And I think that women have been convinced that that's oppressive in some way. I don't know why, but that's kind of where we are in the world right now. But I need to preface that, but I love that. I think that women who stay at home to take care of the children and the house and the husband and all this kind of stuff are worth their weight in gold in every way. I think it's becoming a lost art. I think it's becoming a lost thing, and I think a lot of women have been lied to. And I think a lot of men have been lied to too. And so that's where I stand on it. And so when someone does this and makes their millions and millions and millions of dollars becoming a trad wife and doing that on content, and then later on goes to be like, you know what? I'm not though. I'm not that thing that I've been telling you I was for the last 5 years. I'm not, because I need to rebrand for some fucking reason, because the internet ebbs and flows as well. And with the content, people like, you know, it used to be thick girls, big old butts and big boobs and big, you know, curvy women were like the in thing. And I like that. Okay, I'm just going to say I like that. And now it's like, now you got to be like a stick figure. And that happened like in 2 years. Have you guys noticed that? Am I imagining that? Or is that what's happening right now? You're seeing the influence of like super tiny women. Now, it used to be body positivity movement. Didn't matter your size. Even to the point where it was like, if you were morbidly obese and going to die, we're cool at that, which I wasn't. But you know what I'm saying? I liked the body positivity movement to a degree where like healthy bodies were in. And now it's like, hey, Ariana Grande is a skeleton. Let's be like that. Am I missing that? Because that's what's going on. And Nara Smith is the skeletal side of things. But she is, for some reason, trying to rebrand and trying to memory hole and gaslight people into thinking that that's not what I was, when we can literally see it with our fucking eyes. So she's a model, content creator, and influencer known for aesthetically styled cooking and family life videos. She rose to prominence on TikTok and Instagram by sharing recipes made almost entirely from scratch. Now, this is kind of cool. I kind of like that, seeing these women, but the one that does it fake, it's kind of funny. I think she was making fun of Nara Smith, because Nara Smith never claimed to be parody or comedy. It was dead serious. So your kid wants a Pop-Tart. Well, I'm going to make it by milling my own fucking flour first. That's what she started. And she was like, I think she is the matriarch of it. She is the beginner of it. She started it. And she made so much money doing it, and still does. Her claim to fame was being a trad wife who just stayed at home and made completely homemade things for her family, even though it was entirely useless. She also wears the worst outfits ever, according to Emily. She is now trying to say she was never a trad wife, and she's rebranding. She's literally only famous because she acts like a trad wife, and now she's mad people think she's a trad wife. And that's what a lot of people are upset. And if you type in Nara Smith on TikTok, like we will in a minute, you'll see people are like, what? Why are you all of a sudden don't like that? Because what has shifted in the psyche of society that now is a bad thing? Because that was okay now. Or it wasn't, it is, and I don't know. And she just shifts her politics as it goes. And people are like, now if you say you're a trad wife, well, you got to be MAGA now, and we have to cancel you. And maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's a lot of it is tied to politics, and politics is more divisive than it ever has been ever before. Like nothing is like it is today. So she named, and here's the thing about influencers who are just attention-seeking dick brains. Okay, they always name their kids weird shit, and I hate this. So one of the things I hate the most about influencers, because newsflash influencers, your kids have to grow up and be adults. Okay, and so this is why she named her kids Fawny Golden Smith. Okay, Fawny's not terrible. Rumble Honey Smith. Rumble? Again, you named your kid after the alternative to YouTube. Slim Easy Smith. You named your kid Slim? Slim Easy? And then Whimsy Lou Smith. You know, I'm not even against Whimsy, although I do think it's weird. Again, when you're old and you're in a job interview, be like, your name is Whimsy? Cool. What's your short form for that? MZ? Whim? Like, it's dumb. Consider your children becoming adults one day, please, for the love of Pete. And she also has a trad wife cookbook, and so here it is.
You guys have been craving this, so I
Oh, the voice. I already don't like it. You guys, what are you wearing here? Look like a deflated Halloween balloon. What the fuck?
Finally decided to make it from scratch. And this is a collection of recipes that I grew up eating in Germany. Things I've cooked for Lucky that he's been...
How can who can listen to that? For like, when you know it's so clearly fake and nasty. Oh.
Begging me to write down. And of course, I've seen you guys' comments and...
Oh, you guys'. There's a thing I like a lot too. You guys'. I love when influencers say you guys'. Is she educated? Is this woman educated by any means?
Messages about recipes that you've been really wanting. So for the past 2 years, I've tested everything over and over again, making sure that...
That looked good though.
Every minuscule detail is just right. I want you to be able...
And she probably just like docketing, just throws this shit right in the garbage.
...to cook
making Oreos there?
Recipes that I...
Okay, but homemade Oreos would be good. Let's be real.
So much.
What is this shit you're wearing? And again, how much does a dress like this... I'm asking, how much does a dress like this cost? And she wears it once, and then what does she do with it? Throws it in the garbage? Does she donate it? Is there balloon? Is there inflatables in it? How does that even work? Imagine going to Orlando in the summer and the thing. You know what I'm saying? I just got back from Orlando, guys, and it's the devil's taint down there in the summer. I don't know. It's literally, if you live in Florida in the summer, I don't know. Like, again, if you're wondering what hell's gonna be like, just go to Florida in August, and you're like, it's hell. Except hell's probably a lot nicer.
Can't believe that after 2 years of writing and testing, I get to share this with you. I'm so proud to present you my cookbook, Homemade, that you can pre-order now. You guys...
Could you imagine having I see why she wants to rebrand, because imagine just being whispering shit all the time for no damn reason. What's up, Bubby? You want to come say hi? Been a while since you come say hi. You gush gush. Here's her snark page, which, I love. There's some tea, and I think we need to go do a little bit of a deeper dive, but this outfit is giving toddler whose parents let them pick out their own outfit for the first time. Nara is a petulant child who can't decide between rage baiting and clearing up her image. Having someone like Savannah Stone defend you isn't a good look. I guess this is Savannah.
Okay, this woman is men hate Nara Smith because she literally has it all, okay?
That's not why anybody hates her, okay? People hate fake people. Can we just say that? It's like, you're just making shit up. Nobody hates a person for having a lot of things. Maybe you're jealous a little bit. I get that. This woman, she doesn't, you look at Nara Smith's content, that shit doesn't look fun at all. She probably wants to rebrand because that shit is tired, okay? She's tired of that shit. But nobody's jealous that someone has a lot of stuff. People genuinely hate fake people. That's literally, it's like Occam's razor here. It's the most simple explanation. If you're fake, we should hate you. That's what Unfolloved's all about.
Okay, this woman is married. She's got 4 kids. I don't know. She's got kids. She has a super successful career. She's beautiful, and she's achieved all of this.
And it's bird hands, and she's soon as you do this shit, you should be put in an institution.
By the age of 24. Not to mention, she makes amazing food, and she looks good while doing it. And as far as I'm concerned, she's never told anyone that they have to live exactly like she does. And
Shut up. Stupid ass.
The reason she had to go on a podcast and say that she's not a tradwife is because that term has become so demonized and politically motivated. I made a post.
Okay, exactly. So she's lying then. She was a tradwife. So just be like, you know what? I did the tradwife thing and I don't do it anymore. And which is what she's sort of saying, but she's not. She's saying, no, I never was. But yeah, you were. Why lie? Here's the thing. Stop fucking lying. That's all we're asking of you influencers. To stop lying. We're not stupid. And then when it becomes a big deal, they dig into your shit forever and it just snowballs. Just be like, look, I'm rebranding. Why are you so scared to say the thing that you're doing? Why is that so scary for these people? Do they have people in their ears? Do they have these managers? Do they have PR firms saying, no, you can't say that you're rebranding. So let's lie and say you didn't, all the things that you saw me doing, I wasn't doing those things. That's worse, man. People like truly honest people. People like humble people. Okay? If you're out there just telling it how it is, more people will respect you. I don't get why you just lie to people when we have fucking eyeballs and we can see and hear your shitty whisper voice for ourselves. Damn it!
Post about this last year, but the term tradwife was created to put women in a box, and
I'm tired, boss. To put people in a box. F off.
It's thrown on any woman who loves her husband and children and makes food from scratch.
No, it's not. A traditional wife is someone who should be revered. Okay, and so maybe it is a box, but it's an awesome box. I'm in a box. We're all in boxes to some degree. What's wrong with taking care of your family, raising your kids, having a home worth coming home to, and home-cooked meals? There's nothing better. And true women who love their husbands and love their family, they see it as like a privilege. That's a privilege. And if you hate it, then do something else. If you're being forced to, I get it. I understand that. But look, if you've made this like covenant together and this is the roles that you've chosen, I mean, if you truly, like, the ones who I see do, they truly love their families and they consider it a privilege. And I absolutely find them to be the best of us. Okay? But she wants to say, you're in a box, and so that's like totally bad while I do my makeup on the... Fuck off. Because tradwives, traditional wives, are like the backbone of society, just so you're aware. Okay, they're raising the next generation of children. to be awesome, and dads are too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying dads don't have a huge role, because they do have a huge role to play. I think what people are pissed off about is because there's just too much in that traditional sense where men just shirk their responsibilities. But in a truly traditional sense, if you do it properly, everybody's happy. It's a privilege to be what you're at. The dad does what he's supposed to be doing. The mom's supposed to be it is a cohesive unit that works really well, and it brings forth amazing kids. It's just. I don't know. I know I'm a vanilla guy, and I think these women are just need to be revered. We need to build statues of tradwives. That should be celebrated. Why can't we celebrate it?
That's it. That's the only criteria. And then the internet decided that content creators actually can't be in that box.
I mean, wouldn't it consider also be having babies? Making meals, cleaning, doing awesome things for your family. It's not just making meals.
Neither can you if you have tattoos or you run a business from home. When really the most traditional family setting was a husband and wife running a family business together, but that's a conversation for another.
It wasn't. You're stupid.
Time. My main point is that Nara...
You're so confident in being wrong. That's why I hate about influencers. They're just like, here's my awesome take that you're all gonna be like, yeah girl, slay queen, and you're the stupidest fucking person I've ever heard in my life. It's just the audacity of influencers. Like, here's my take that you all want. You guys have all been asking me about my take on this thing, and here's the shittiest take you're ever gonna hear in your life.
Smith is living the life that women have been told our entire lives is impossible. No.
What? Why are you just saying shit? You're just saying words that don't make sense.
Oh, you can't prioritize your family and marriage if you have a career. You have to choose. Even though women for centuries have managed...
You did it wrong. That's a wrong color.
...work and family at the same time. The problem is now, not every single woman can run a multi-million-dollar business from home like Nara. Work has been taken outside the home for...
Shut up! Is this woman married? Your poor husband!
Both men and women. She simply just played the system the right way. So don't hate the player, hate the game.
No, that's what we do hate, you stupid asshole. We hate the game. But the players are in the game, so we can hate them too. You're stupid, nobody likes you. Who the hell is this dumbass? I don't even know her name. Savannah Cloud? Savannah Stone. Dumbass. So here's an article. Nara Smith addresses tradwife label on Call Her Daddy, but not everyone's convinced. Literally nobody's convinced except for her weird white knighters. Okay? Nara Smith has spoken out about being called a tradwife. During her appearance at Call Her Daddy, host Alex Cooper asked 24-year-old model and influencer about the tradwife comparisons and discourse online. And also, I hate Alex Cooper. So, there's that too. And it's I saw this video actually on this, and I think it's a brilliant parody of what Nara Smith chain, and it's so well done. So well done. This girl almost has 1 million followers, and she did this parody, and it's really good. So I want to give her the view. 1.7 million views on this.
I recently noticed that the luster for the lifestyle I've profited from has faded, so I decided to make a new image from scratch. In a large bowl, start with an interview on a popular podcast using your regular voice. Gently fold in details of how your life contradicts the traditional persona you spent years building. Then sprinkle in defensiveness, gaslighting, and a pinch of classism. Don't worry about acknowledging feminism. This recipe doesn't call for that. You'll need to whisk the mixture with ways your husband supports you with selective limited domestic labor until it reaches the stiff peak. Next, you'll want to pour the mixture into one pot, symbolizing the multiple streams of income that you share with your husband as an equal breadwinner. You'll want to leave it on the stove until public opinion reaches a boil, and then reduce to simmer until book release date. You'll know it's ready when the praise of your supermom business savvy...
This was all about a book release, by the way. This was all what it was. And it was brilliantly done if you think about it from a PR standpoint. We're all talking about it. She's getting a lot of attention. It's because she's releasing a fucking book. I hate influencers.
In productivity are as frequent as the ones from when you would take 7 business days to make your toddler's mid-morning snack from scratch. Cover with the shield of proximity to whiteness. Scaparelli is optional but strongly recommended. Uncover once people have forgotten how you contributed to the tradwife pipeline. And there you have it, a new image.
Wow, what a brilliant commentary on what just happened. See, and this is the thing. This being funny and all, but with their child being sick of cancer, I just don't think it's too bad. Guys, it's too bad. You do not get to pick and choose when you get privacy, when you are a famous person on the internet. You all need to stop doing this, because it's just, the dog ain't gonna hunt. Okay, you don't get to, when things happen, like, now we want our privacy. When Trig dies on Emily Kaiser, oh, we want our privacy. Fuck that. You don't get it anymore. You choose this very easy path of life, by the way, where you make millions of dollars doing nothing but bullshit. And then when shit hits the fan or something happens, you're like, now I want privacy, or you think it shields you from it. It doesn't. And you're stupid for thinking it. Oh, I hate that. I hate when people do that.
And turning, and finally just gave up on sleep since all I could think about was bulldog carbonara. And since that craving wouldn't stop, I went downstairs and made myself some. I started by making my mozzarella, heating up my milk, and adding in some white vinegar.
Here's the thing. If she actually is a talented cook and all this shit, then why do the weird shit on the side? You don't need to do any of that. Is she rebranding away from that just to be like a normal cook with her normal voice? Because, I mean, I'd be cool with that. But what's the rebrand for? It's got to be, she must fucking hate this.
I strained my curds, stretched them out, and once they looked smooth, I formed them into a ball and set them aside in some cold water. I grabbed my rice that had been soaking for a few hours, let that strain and sit for about 2 hours just to dry out.
That's stupid.
A little bit more. And in the meantime, I decided to start on my sauce by combining some butter, gochujang, heavy cream.
You didn't make your own heavy cream? You don't have a cow that you go milk and turn into cream? You don't have tomatoes that you harvest into your garden? That's from the store. F that shit, you don't even have a fireplace here. You're using modern... not good enough.
Milk, some chicken bouillon, a sprinkle of paprika, garlic, and onion powder, and just a
That looks good.
pinch of brown sugar. I let that simmer for about 5 minutes, and while that was going, I ground down my rice and sifted it. I combined that with some cornstarch and water and heated that up. Once it hit the consistency I wanted, I pounded it out until it was smooth and divided it into 5 portions before rolling those out and cutting them into individual rice cakes. I repeated that with all of my dough and then moved on to chopping up my mozzarella. I added my rice cakes to my sauce, let those simmer for a few minutes before adding in my mozzarella. While that was melting and getting to know each other, I sliced up some scallions.
That doesn't look good at all, actually, now that I look at it.
And then it was time to plate. And this was absolutely stunning.
That's carbonara?
Perfect midnight snack.
Midnight snack? Take you 3 business days to make that shit. What are you talking about? You dressed like this at midnight to go make a snack? Stop lying. Again, that's the thing. That's the lie. No, she didn't. Making Coca-Cola from scratch. Now I want to see this one.
He mentioned that he was craving Coca-Cola the other day, and since we were out of soda, I decided to just make him some today. I started by making some caramel sugar by combining some sugar and water, letting that come to the hard crack stage before pouring it out and letting it cool. Once it was cold and hardened, I broke it up into smaller pieces and set that aside while I started zesting my citrus. I started with my orange and then
Coke has citrus in it?
moved on to my lemon, and lastly I did my lime. Once all my citrus was zested, I moved on to grinding up my spices, which were
it's got to be so exhausting. How many dresses are in this lady's closet?
some cinnamon, vanilla, some coriander seeds, rose hip, some lime leaves, and some cola nut. I ground that up as fine as I could, and all of our prep was done. Now I combined
I don't think this woman eats any of the food that she makes.
the last of my ingredients, which was some water, some sugars, all of my zested citrus,
Some sugars? Some sugars? You mean all the damn sugar that exists?
some
Holy shit! Just go get some Coke. It's probably healthier.
and citric acid, and last but not least, all the spices that we just ground up. I placed that in a pot of hot water and made sure to keep it at the same temperature for about an hour and a half before straining it through a fine mesh strainer and setting the syrup in the fridge to cool. Once it was cool, I topped it with sparkling water, but you can also use soda water, and this tasted exactly like Coke and looked.
Why does he always wear a wife beater? If you don't want to be considered a trad wife, maybe don't dress him as a trad husband from the 50s. How about that? That's weird, man. Please make homemade water. What, you didn't go to the well and pull it out from the earth? This is making cereal from scratch. Okay.
Mother stumbled into my room this morning and wanted some cereal for breakfast. She saw someone eating Fruit Loops and wanted those specifically, so I caved and just made her some. I started
Yeah. It'll be ready in 3 days, honey. You want some? I'll make some later.
by combining almond flour, maple
What's with the hair? I don't like the hair. I don't like it. She should be called Nair.
syrup, coconut oil, and tapioca flour, giving that a good mix and setting that aside. I then started
There's no way you just have this shit on hand, too. That's a lie.
Grinding up some freeze-dried fruit, I went with banana, mango, raspberry, and also blueberry since that's her favorite fruit. I spooned my cereal dough into each bowl and added just a little bit more flour. I gave that a good mix, and once it all came together, it was time to form my cereal. I worked my way from the darkest color to the lightest by taking a little bit of dough, rolling it into little balls.
Like, the voice is pissing me off.
And repeating that process with all of my different
It looks more like Crunch Berries than it does Fruit Loops.
flavors. Once they were all placed on my baking sheet, I flattened them out and then proceeded to put a hole in the middle of each one. I preheated my oven and popped these in for about 8 to 10 minutes. I let them
That doesn't look bad, actually.
cool
Is there any sugar?
completely, topped them with some milk, and she absolutely loved them.
What you don't see is her barfing them up afterwards. Too labor intensive, you think? Again, that's her whole shtick. And then here's making bubblegum lollipops for her Machine Gun Kelly looking husband.
Gave him some bubblegum lollipops as a little treat on his drive. Started out by making my bubblegum by spreading some powdered sugar on some wax paper, melting down my gum base.
Again, that's the only thing. I just have some gum base lying around. You guys don't have gum base? Like, just lying around?
Transferring that into the middle of my mounds I created. I added some apple flavor to one of them and added some vanilla extract
Again, none of this shit's just you're just doing what the factory does, only in a dress.
to the other to make 2 different kinds of flavors before kneading in my powdered sugar. Once a good portion of them was absorbed, I cut them up and formed them into little gumballs before putting them aside while I got started on making my lollipops. Obviously had to try one and make sure that it was the right consistency, which it was. I then moved on to making my lollipops by combining some sugar and syrup in a pot
Some sugar and then some sugar and then sugar on sugar.
before placing that on my stove to boil. In the meantime, I put my gumballs on top of my lollipop sticks before checking on my sugar mixture on the stove. I wanted to keep
You want to watch someone who's really good with you, Amari Gauchon or whatever, the chocolate guy? Holy shit, that guy's amazing.
it close.
And he doesn't have to fake anything. He just does it. He just uses his talent. This shit is so performative and just dumb. And I understand why she doesn't want to do it anymore. This has got to be so tiring.
Eye on it to make sure it reached the right temperature. We're adding in some more apple syrup and green food coloring since I was making
Food coloring. That's poison.
apple flavored lollipops. Once it reached the hard crack stage, I transferred it over to my silicone molds before placing my lollipop sticks inside. To speed up the cooling process, I placed them in the fridge and then had Lucky put them out of the
Is this guy's name really Lucky? Is his name? He's got a pinky ring on?
molds because I couldn't for some reason. He got them out and couldn't contain
Why does he always have a toothpick? Why does he look like he's in the movie Grease? I don't understand this guy. What's going on?
his excitement, so he tried one of them and
This man is gay. Right?
absolutely loved them to make him.
Okay, that's crazy. So her husband is apparently incapable of cooking anything. And so this is what she went on the podcast to say, which we'll see in a second. But apparently he's a useless twat.
He's a baker, you're a baker, so I feel like
I just bake cookies. That's all I do.
he makes the best chocolate chip cookies.
Pour this in now.
No. Get your thermometer. Oh, we went over 110. Just put the yeast in now, and then we're just gonna set it aside to bloom.
What are we doing for this?
So we're basically
It's weird. These people are weird, man.
just gonna put milk, water,
Yeah.
and flour in here, and then we're just gonna stir it to combine until it's a paste. This goes really quick, so just keep an eye on it. I don't want it brown, I just want it to come together.
God, you're such a chef. I love it.
Your mom?
And this is her husband relationship rules, apparently, that I need to look at.
Unspoken rules in our marriage. We've been married for 5 years, so there's a few things. Do you want me to go
Is
first,
she wearing toilet paper?
or do you want to go first?
You go.
Okay, I always scan the menu at any restaurant we go to make sure that Lucky has options that he likes to eat, and I pick what he's gonna eat,
No, very tradwife of you. But you're not a tradwife. But you are.
so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Wow, he sounds like a baby. He can't do that himself.
Sure. It's great.
What are you wearing? Here, what are you doing? Lucky. The guy's lucky because he's got a wife who's a millionaire.
Every time we enter a building or any place, I stand on the left side because
Yes, it
Lucky.
bothers me.
Why?
Yeah.
No, the left side, so you can open the door.
Yeah, it bothers me if you're on the right, because you have to be on the left so I can easily just let you glide in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's traditional. Not beating the hair. You're not beating the allegations at all.
One thing I do is I drive no matter what.
Always. I don't even attempt to.
That's also traditional. Passenger princess. You're trying to beat this tradwife shit, but you're like, all you do is talk about how traditional you guys are.
Yeah, I really get bothered when I see girls driving a guy.
Honestly, I do too. Like, my wife is a passenger princess. Your wives should all be passenger princesses, okay? If you are a dude letting your wife drive, unless you have some kind of medical condition, I also judge you a little bit, not gonna lie. Unless they have to go do their own shit. But if both of us are in the vehicle, my wife's not driving. Not happening.
Always.
I just don't like it.
You also always fill up the tank. I don't remember the last time I've pumped gas. I probably
Again, super traditional. It's weird that you're mad that you're like, why do people think that I'm a tradwife? Everything we do is traditional.
haven't in years, unless I'm alone.
But to me, those two things are like obvious. I think every
And
person
trash.
should do that.
I don't
and
touch the
trash,
trash.
obviously. I
Okay.
always do the dishes
You
because
always
Nara
do.
cooks these beautiful meals. So it's
lot
only
of
right
dishes.
that I go do the dishes. I actually enjoy it as well. You kind of get into it.
Bless your heart.
Watch a YouTube video or
Bless your heart.
something. I'm always the one that does the kids' hair. They're
No
wearing it
matter
out
what.
and curly.
He does the kid's hair.
No matter what. So,
Lucky's very particular with it.
very specific. It has to be good.
Yeah.
And you think she can't? I agree, because her hair is atrocious. I'm sorry, her outfits might be cool or whatever, I don't know. But her hair is ridiculous. Okay? It looks like a girl's doing Barbie hair.
I do hairstyles. I do them when they need like an updo type situation. I always make sure Lucky never runs out of hot sauce. So every time I see it run low, I go
You
buy
gotta get the
more
hot sauce.
Whoa, you go grocery shopping? And you're, holy shit, you guys, that's amazing. Teach us how.
sauce.
You need the hot sauce.
I'm starting to realize I'm a tradwife. I do all the cooking. I do most of the cleaning, actually, to be honest. But my wife works hard. She's a nurse. And I don't consider what I do... Oh, what happened to my video? And I don't consider what I do here work. And so, like, I bring in the money, but I don't consider what I do work. So, like, if when my wife leaves the hospital, my phone tells me. Okay? Like, we track each other. You should. That's what we do. But as soon as she leaves, it's like, wife has left the hospital. And then I will start her dinner. So when she gets like, and I do it so, I'm so good at this. I check it like when she's about 15 minutes, I will start, because her favorite thing is pierogies. So if she's had a long shift, it's just, I make her comfort food. Whatever she wants, she gets. Okay. And her favorite thing is pierogies, which takes maybe 10 minutes, maybe max, which is you put boiling water with a little salt, put your pierogies in, let them get real soft, and then you lightly fry them in butter. That's literally it. Maybe a little bit of bacon bits. Instead of sour cream, she likes cottage cheese, and so I put them on the plate nicely. I'm a tradwife. I'm realizing I buy most of my wife's clothes too. I think I'm different. And that's maybe why I love those people who do that, who especially women who take care of their homes and stuff like. Because my mom was not that. Our house was not a home. It was clean, but it was not a home. Right? It was always. I grew up in major poverty. And so whenever I got to go to a friend's house whose mom like took care of the house, I just loved it. Maybe it's from my childhood trauma. I don't know. Anyway, I'm starting to realize that I'm the tradwife. My wife can't cook.
Sauce in
She can bake though.
your fridge.
I just make sure he never runs out. When Lucky's eating a salad, I make sure to not put any veggies in there that he doesn't like, so he doesn't have to hassle with picking them out.
This is fucking dumb. This sucks. These are your non-negotiables in your relationship?
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Backhand you if there's a carrot in there? What's gonna happen?
You notice that?
No, but I love that you do that. It's a perfect salad. Okay. I don't mind vegetables, but cucumbers I don't really like.
That's the best vegetable out there, you weirdo!
And tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
A second best vegetable! What? I hate this guy with his V-neck sweater.
Cucumbers and tomatoes can leave.
I think they're great.
You suck, dude. What a weirdo you are. Probably serial killer. Allegedly.
Nara has really cold feet.
Always.
Yeah, I believe that.
So when we're on the couch, she always like tucks them under my legs and my legs.
Your balls, man. Your balls will keep her feet warm. There's some heat in there. I believe it.
Hold them for her. Gotta warm those up.
I never noticed that you did that and you let me do that until you mentioned it one time.
Balls are freezing though.
Or I asked you why you
Do they live in a tiny home or is this like a studio or something?
let me do that.
And foot rubs. Always give a good foot rub.
Baby's like crying and they're ignoring it.
You know?
You know she has nannies.
I feel like we could go on and on, but this video is so long.
Wow. So good. The video's amazing. Why does he look annoyed? Because this guy doesn't like being in content. You could tell. And he has to do his hair up like he's in the movie Grease. So here's the call her daddy thing that went mega viral recently, which is what brought her to my attention truly.
Poster child for the tradwife movement, which was very bizarre to me.
Was it bizarre? After watching what we just watched, why was that bizarre to you that you're considered a tradwife? When everything you just said, here's our non-negotiables, and it's all about being traditional.
Google what the definition of a tradwife is. Tradwife is a woman who embraces or promotes a traditional model of marriage and family,
which is what you do,
life, where she typically prioritizes being a homemaker and a primary caregiver for kids, takes primary
she has nannies,
responsibility for cooking, cleaning, and managing the household.
But she's going to say, well, he does the dishes. That's what she's going to say.
Supports her husband's role as the primary breadwinner, often values...
She's the primary breadwinner. So this is what she's saying. She's like, I can't be a tradwife because I make the big bucks. But you're promoting tradwife sensibilities. You're promoting tradwife life. You're promoting it in your content. You're saying this is what a tradwife does. So you're already mistaken in your argument. I don't even heard it yet. I know that what you're going to say, but you're already mistaken because what you portray online is what really matters here. And you're like, no, I didn't. But that's exactly what you did. Just stop lying and own it. Embrace it. Why not embrace it? What are you so scared of? What am I missing? Am I missing something?
Traditional gender roles within marriage.
Which you just said you did.
So with that definition and those points, I'm none of that.
You're literally all except for he does dishes. And hairdos. But even you said you do hairdos. Sorry, two things. She makes the big bucks and she doesn't do dishes. But you're the rest of it. You're literally the rest of it.
I don't prioritize being a homemaker.
Yes, you do.
I'm a working mom. But
you work by doing the things in a home. So she's convoluting it. What's happening here? She's like, look, I'm working. But yes, any other tradwife, though, if they were to film what they were doing, would be doing what you're doing. You're just making money doing that thing, even though it's probably fake, right? So she doesn't understand that. She's like, I'm working. Yes, but if you weren't filming it, you'd still be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, right?
I'm out in LA. I travel a lot. Do I love cooking because it's my passion and because I kind of have to do it given my autoimmune? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But that's a passion of mine.
You know what she looks like? She looks like an Archie character from the She's beautiful. I think she's. I'm not trying to make fun of her looks. She is beautiful. But she looks like she's an Archie. You know what I mean? Like Veronica or Betty? Like she's got the Archie lips and the mouth. Am I right? She looks like an Archie character.
And it's a hobby. It's not something that I need to be doing. Primary caregiver for my kid.
I do not need to be cooking. You know, your husband, you said he can't. So yeah, you kind of do.
It's no. My husband and I split it 50-50. Like when he works, I watch them. When I work, he watches.
That's traditional as well. Husbands get home, they take on this role. Yep. Sorry, you're stupid.
Them. And now, given everything that's been going on, we also have help. My mom's out. We have someone that helps us with the kids because it's just not doable for me to do it all.
So she's basically saying, I'm very privileged and I fake being a tradwife. But again, why don't you just say it? Guys, I was faking it for the internet. Why are you so scared to lie? Like, why are you so scared to tell the truth? Guys, I'm not a tradwife. I'm faking it. But yes, I pretended I was for content. I'm playing it. I'm acting. Why don't you just say that? That's easier to digest. I guess I'm acting. I'm not actually a tradwife, but I'm acting. But what people are arguing is that she's promoting tradwife life, which now she's scared to say, which is weird to me because that's awesome.
Takes primary responsibility for cooking, cleaning, and managing the household. Yeah, I like to cook.
And she's like, yeah, and this proved me wrong, but whatever.
Okay, sue me. I like to cook.
I will sue you for lying.
My husband burns everything apart from a good steak, so he'll do that. But I like cooking, so I'm doing it. Household and cleaning, he does the dishes. I don't touch the dishes.
See, I already knew her argument was going to be stupid.
There's no way you're going to see me washing and scrubbing the dishes.
Especially in those outfits.
Also, he cleans our house.
No, you have a cleaner, don't lie.
Supports the husband's role as the primary breadwinner. No, we both work. Like that.
Does he work, though? This girl makes millions of dollars. Does he work? Well, like, what does he do? Is he like a hobby? Does he have an ant farm? What does he do? Does he sharpen pencils for a living? Sell lizards to homeless people? What does he do?
That doesn't make any sense. Like, I provide...
What does he do? I'm asking. He's a professional model. He's a high-profile male fashion model signed with major agencies, IMG Models. He's walked runways and appeared in campaigns. So he's pretty famous. He was the major it boy in the mid 2010s and works in fashion, including recent one way Ralph Lauren. Wow. He's a musician. He's a drummer in the family surf rock band, the Atomics, with his sister. I like this guy, sort of, except for the modeling and the V-necks. He's an influencer. He has a large social media following. He has done some acting. Okay, the Atomics. Now I want to see the Atomics. That's kind of cool, man. I know you guys are going to be mad at me because I'm not roasting him too much because he's in a band. He's a drummer, and I like drummers. The Atomics. Oh, it's surf rock. Damn. It's not bad, man. Damn it.
For our family. Used me as the poster child for the tradwife movement, which was very bizarre to me. Let's Google.
Was it bizarre to you? Okay. Also, what's wrong with wanting to be a homemaker? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Homemaker is a tradwife. Sorry, I don't care what you want to call it, semantics. A homemaker is literally a traditional wife. That's the role. Call it what you want. It is what it is. Hello? Love Meg? You're a homemaker. You did the same shit, but you just didn't get as famous. Embraces or promotes traditional model of marriage family. Let's not skip over that part. She largely cosplaying a stay-at-home mom. Otherwise, it wouldn't be people's impression of her. Again, just tell people you're lying. I think that's what she's scared to tell. Guys, I'm lying. I have a full-time cleaner. I have a full-time nanny. I don't even watch my own kids. I do this bullshit cooking that takes hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I have to whisper all the time. My husband's a model, and he's in a cool band. Like, I think what she's scared to tell people is, like, what I'm showing you guys is a lie. Just say it, man. Just own the shit. I would have way more respect for Nara Smith because she doesn't exploit her kids, which is awesome. Except for recently with the cancer thing. But like, I would have way more respect if you just were honest with people. Be like, just own your shit, man. We are in the era of owning your shit. And I guess she says that she's not because she wears haute couture while doing it. So she's saying, I'm not because I wear expensive shit when I do it. That's stupid. Because have you ever seen what's her face, the Ballerina Farms? Like, she does the same thing. She's more than this because she actually does have the kids, but she has nannies and everything else. But like, it's the same thing as like, just because you're wearing an expensive dress doesn't mean shit. Ballerina Farms has like a $50,000 stove, so same thing.
Crying to my husband, I'd be like, what is happening? Did they not know that I worked as a model? I've been working since I've been 14, like all these things. But I think I am very fair and compassionate. Like, I understand where that can come from, but then the more that narrative started swelling, I was like, well, let me say something. So I remember posting this video of this like morning routine, and my voiceover was me being a working mom and traveling and kind of debunking all of that. But then a lot of the comments were still that narrative, and I realized that a lot of the people that are very, very stuck in this narrative do not want to be corrected.
They don't want to hear that.
No, there was this one situation.
Shut up, Alex Cooper. F off. I hate you.
With someone on my team where we were trying to work with this person.
I hate Alex Cooper.
Person was like, I don't care what you say, what you do, what you show me, what Forbes articles you show me of her business. Like, she is a trad wife to me and I don't want to work with her. So that kind of opened my eyes as well to the opposite end of, I think I could sit here all day and try to debunk this narrative when you
can't debunk the narrative. You're the one who created the narrative. Sorry. That's why people are talking about this. It's like, it's so simple. The argument is so dumb that we're just like, the only reason we're talking about it is because you say you're not when we all can see that you were. That's it. You're just lying. And you're lying about lying.
People, not everyone, but some people just don't want to be corrected.
No, they don't. And I also think there is a frustration around...
I hate her. Anyway, if you type in Nara Smith here, it's a conversation. A lot of people called her out.
Nara Smith, pretending like she was never...
Nara Smith needs to make herself some high-calorie cereals.
Leaning into the tradwife image has to be one of the funniest rebrands I've ever seen. She recently went on the Call Her Daddy podcast and addressed the allegations about being a tradwife. And her defense was basically, I'm rich, my husband works, I work. So I can't possibly be a trad wife. In her mind.
Even AI gets it. POV, you're confused at why people think you're a trad wife. Exactly, right? I love when people can make the most simplistic things. You don't have to say words. You just have to show them their shit. And then you get the white knights. She's not a Kanye. We get that she's not. I think the dumb people are arguing that she is and she's not. But what I'm just saying is that you're just lying. And you're scared to tell people that you're just playing a role, which it's confusing to me. I just don't know why you're so scared to tell people I was acting as a trad wife. She's even scared to say she was acting as a trad wife, when that is the actual truth of it. And I believe her that she is a working mom. She's not a trad wife. They have nannies. Her husband doesn't do shit. She probably has full-time cleaners. She probably doesn't even eat the food that she cooks on this channel, okay? It's probably pre-made for her at every stage by a real chef. Okay, I don't believe she is a trad wife. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that she's scared to tell the truth about that she's pretending to be one. Why are you so scared to be like, yes, I was cosplaying a trad wife, but I'm really not? Why are you so scared to say that? What am I missing?
Nara Smith is a guest on the latest episode of Call Her Daddy, and there's this clip going around where she is in this kind of like snappy, shocked confusion that we all would have ever considered her to be a trad wife.
Yeah, right.
Prioritize being a homemaker. I'm a working mom. Like, I am out in LA. I travel.
Man, we've seen it. Why is she yelling, and where did this attitude come from? Because all she does is whisper.
Did you hear the story about how Nara Smith is being accused of stealing content ideas from a smaller creator?
They all do this, by the way. All the big creators do that.
This is the inspiration for Nara Smith's content. Oneswa is a creator out of South Africa who makes home fresh meals that she sources from her own farm. And she has a beautiful aesthetic, a beautiful voice, and a nice, calm, relaxing demeanor.
I'd love to go to South Africa someday.
Like Nara Smith. Well, two creators with similar content can exist in this world, but the problem came when Oneswa claimed that she was no longer making content because Nara Smith continues to copy her content ideas. Of course, the backlash was swift against Oneswa because everybody's a Nara Smith fan. Could Nara Smith be the type of person who would steal another creator's content?
Yes, they all do. And they have teams behind them sourcing it, finding out. They have teams. They literally have teams be like, because they get so big that they can hire people to just do it for them. Find me the good recipes, find me the cool shit. And maybe they don't even know where the people are getting it from or sourcing it from. But the internet is borrowed from everywhere. It's just the way it is. You can't copyright a recipe or anything. So I get it, but they do. It does happen. But you should give credit where credit is due. Why not be like, hey, look, I found this video. Like I did a video on my Dad Challenge podcast yesterday about James Doherty, and I sourced a video from Cursed Eye. I want to make sure that I'm trying at least the very minimum to tell people where I'm getting the content from or who I'm looking at. It's just normal. Just do that.
Has finally said out loud that she's not really a trad wife. But the reality is that's why it's insidious. She's selling an image to young women. We are digesting this brand that she's selling. The imagery of a beautiful, well-dressed housewife raising children at home.
Anyway, lots of content.
Nara Smith sat up there and stole all that content from that South African creator that she never gave credit to, and then sued her when she spoke up for herself and just said, hey,
she sued her? I didn't know that.
Stealing my content word for word, bar for bar. You know, you took my whole flow. She sued that girl instead of like stopping.
Really?
You know, getting why the giving was good. She already had millions and millions of followers and millions of views. She was like, no, if I can't steal from you, I'm going to sue you.
What?
And now that she wants to distance herself.
That's not true. Is that true? That doesn't sound right. How could you sue her for not making content that you can steal from her? How does that make any sense? No, Nara Smith did not actually sue Oneswa. Here's what happened. In June 2024, South African content creator Oneswa Mbola publicly accused Nara Smith of copying and cooking content. Oneswa said she was taking a break from creating content partly because of this. Nara responded by sending or having sent a formal letter demanding that Oneswa react to the accusation or retract the accusations. The letter called the claims entirely false and damaging to her reputation and stated that Oneswa did not stop and issue public retraction. Nara would pursue legal action. Go for it. She's in South Africa. Go for it. Oneswa shared the letter online, which led to widespread coverage, framing it as Nara threatening to sue. So she did threaten to sue. It was a threat of a lawsuit. Okay. Wow. Damn, Nara, that's cold. You a cold ass bitch.
A little bit older and her frontal lobe is starting to develop, and she's like, oh my God, I look like an idiot. Now she's starting to see that this trad wife shit really ain't it, and now she want to be a girl boss. And they're like, all right, that's cool and all, but like, you stole your way to the top. Just the worst type of people, man.
Yeah, that's gross.
I'm here to report that my lobster is once again too buttery. Let's harvest some cauliflower.
I like her better already.
Here's 5 things about my garden that I think would shock and
Nara Smith does copy her. Okay, it's 100% copying. Even Trisha Paytas commented on this. Oh, I can't wait to hear this bullshit.
I think she was promoting little trad wife with the whole Lucky bought me this bag.
She
Lucky
was.
Yeah.
Maybe in her head, a trad wife is somewhat, it's like more extreme, but like trad equals traditional. So
yeah, so she just was like, wasn't me, wasn't this.
I was just living my life, you know, like everyone labeled me that. Like labeled you that because that's what you were giving. If you give that, then
damn, clock it. Because they used to collab with Ballerina Farms. That's what made me think of that.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
She used to collab with Ballerina. Holy smokes!
This is like the ultimate.
Yep.
Trad wife. That's why whenever when I go on my book tour, I'm just gonna be
Shut
like,
up. F off, Trish Paytas. I hate you. So this is her saying she's not a trad wife because she's not poor. What?
Nara Smith distancing herself from the trad wife label by bringing up the fact that she's cooking in Schiaparelli is one of those things you have to read in between the lines.
I found out recently that Schiaparelli is a fashion brand.
To catch.
You're welcome.
She's saying that she is not a trad wife because she is not poor. There is levels to this trad
Most
wife.
trad wives are not poor. They probably live like, again, a traditional, if you look at the trad wife thing, they live on farms, they're living on land, they have horses, they have farm. Like, again, a lot of trad wives get to stay home because their husbands are very wealthy by working on, like, again, a traditional, when we look at it, they're not poor. None of them are.
Game, okay?
Maybe a Little House on the Prairie days, but that's gone.
A lot of the girlies on the internet right now who bought into this trad life aesthetic are not doing it like her. There's levels to this. And when you think about what it means to actually be a traditional housewife, it is the fact that your husband makes so much money that you don't have to work. You really don't have to labor. You're out here cooking and cleaning, yes, but you also got nannies. You're a woman living a life of leisure. The girls on the internet who bought into this aesthetic hook, line, and sinker, that is not their experience with trad wifery. A lot of them are getting into this lifestyle thinking that they are going to be on a Nara Smith level.
Okay, I like what she said. I get her point. Here's what she posted after saying she's not a trad wife. Wait till you see this outfit. Diabolical.
A place I rarely frequent is the club. But when I got introduced to the club sandwich in a small hotel room in London,
How do you even, who fucking makes that? Who makes that outfit? Where you even buy that?
Became one of my favorite sandwiches. So when I was craving it today, I just decided to make it. I start by making my soft sandwich bread by combining some cooked potatoes and butter, beating that until smooth, adding in some honey, yeast, water, and my flour alongside some salt. I kneaded that for about 10 minutes, let that rise for an hour and a half before punching out the air, rolling it up, and
okay, whatever. But here's what really happened here. So she did a post, and this is where I commented, is where I stepped in as the Dad Challenge podcast, by the way, not from Unfollowed perspective. But she posted this.
To say this or to talk about any of this, but late last year, our daughter Whimsy got diagnosed with cancer.
And I'm really sad about that because I know she doesn't exploit her children, and I like that. But this is where I commented, and I said, please don't do this. But what bothers me about this is that she uses her whisper fake voice to talk about this. When she goes and call her daddy and she doesn't want to be a trad wife anymore, she's like, she's loud and obnoxious and normal talking. Why would you not just do normal talking with this? I did not like that, and I left a comment. I said, please don't use your daughters as the most vulnerable moment for social media content. I'm begging. I have 7,200 likes on that post and 281 replies of hate. People hate that I called it out. But I'm like, there is no reason for you to do this. You do not need to use your daughter's vulnerable moments, take pictures, and talk about it ever to anybody on the internet. She makes enough money doing everything on the side. You did not need to do this. You don't need to. But people are really mad at me for calling her out. What? She's trying to bring awareness to cancer? Fuck off. I'm begging you to mind your business. Someone says, who are you to tell her what to do? Get a life. Cause a guy, of course. The audacity of me to say this. And I said, children deserve privacy and dignity, not to be the thing to raise awareness to something. And they don't get that. People just think that it's just like this catch-all, be like, I'm raising awareness so I can exploit my children on the internet. You need to fuck off with that excuse, stupid asshole. Your child deserves privacy. Your child is not the fucking person or the mascot to raise awareness to something. Not needed. Don't need it. Anyway, a lot of people were really mad at me about this, telling me to shut up and all that kind of stuff. Really pissed off that I would say, please don't use your child in this scenario. But I got 240 comments of hate, but I got 7,200 likes on the thing. So that really tells you what you need to see. A lot of people don't want to call her out because her crazy ass rabid fans will come for you, which is like, I bathe in rabid fans' hatred. I love it. I eat that shit up. I'll make it from scratch and I bake it for 2 days and I eat it. Bring it. I don't give a shit about your hate. And someone says, please don't cover this on your channel. And I said, stay mad, you salty clown. I'm right. And then someone says, well, now, and someone said, don't cover it. And I said, well, now I'm going to cover it. Anyway, so a lot of people are upset, but like, again, come at me. All of you are wrong. I'm right about this. You ever seen that meme that says, what is the stance you take on this thing where you think everybody thinks you're wrong? It's this. It's using children to talk about their problems in your content that you make money off of. And I don't like it. And that's Nara Smith right there. My first foray into Nara Smith. Here's the conclusion of this video. Too long didn't read, or TLDW, too long didn't watch. Just embrace the fact that you fake it, that you are cosplaying it, that you're an actor. There's probably nicer ways to say it than lying, but you're lying, right? Just say, guys, you're stupid for thinking I'm a trad wife. I just play one on TV. Just say that. I don't understand why you're so scared to say that. What is stopping you from saying that? Also, keep your kids' shit off the internet. You don't need people's support. You got tons of support. You don't need to raise awareness. We understand. Okay? Don't do it. I'm begging you not to, Nara. Because then I'll cover you on DCP. You don't want that. Because I'll be snarking. Like I snarked today on yours. But she does look like an Archie character. I'll give you that. Everybody, take a deep breath with me. Thanks for being here. And does she ever have one that she does make banana bread? Because if I do watch it, I might fall in love. Because banana bread is my thing. Just love me some banana bread. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm sure her friends will come out and throw some hate my way. Again, I bathe in it. I bathe in these people's white knight hatred and hate. I love it. Bring it, please. Thanks for being here, guys. I do appreciate you. And if you're a stay-at-home mom taking care of your home and your kids and making a place to live, you have my deepest respect, and I think that you're the bomb diggity fresh. Okay? Love you. I'll see you next time.